Well, I'm Lynn Reppes.
And I'm Chuck Reppes.
We're hole number 761, and we picked it up 2 years ago. We've got a Legacy Elite 2. And we're kind of in between states right now, part-time in Washington and part-time in
South Carolina.
So we're kind of deciding where we want to be.
But it's great because we get to travel across the country whenever we want to go back and forth with our Oliver trailer.
Yep. Well, Chuck and I were getting ready to retire, and I kind of have been looking at trailers, and I thought it'd be a fun idea. He absolutely did not want a trailer, but I just kept looking at them, and I got online and looked at, like all-weather, small, lightweight trailers, because I wanted to be able to drive it also. So I didn't want a big, humongous fifth wheel. I started looking and I found the Olivers, and I was like, wow, those are really cute. I really like that. I want to see one. And so I contacted Oliver to see, how you find out, because I had never seen one at a dealership. And so I contacted them, and they gave me a name of a gentleman in Spokane, Washington. And I contacted him and told him the weekend that we were going to be over in Spokane by chance. And he said, well, I'm not going to be there. He said, I'm actually going to see my kids in another town. And I was like, oh, where's that at? And it was actually right on our way to Spokane. So he arranged and I arranged to meet in Moses Lake, Washington at a park. And Chuck didn't know anything about it. And I pulled off the freeway and went to this park. And he said, what are we doing? And I said, well, we're meeting somebody here. And he says, oh, brother. He knows I'm always up to this kind of stuff. So so this guy pulls up with this cute little Oliver trailer, and I went, oh, that's really small. I don't think this is going to work. And Chuck's just rolling his eyes anyway, thinking that I'm even looking at a trailer. And we went in the trailer, and we went out, and we talked to him for a little while. It's like, oh, this isn't too bad. This is pretty fun. So anyway, off we went, and I didn't say a word about it because I knew that Chuck didn't really want one. And then about 2 months later for my birthday, he said, where do you want to go, or what do you want to do for your birthday? I said, well, I actually want to go to Tennessee and take a factory tour. So he said, okay, let's go. So then he can tell you about the factory tour.
Yeah, so we went to Hohenwald in, it was kind of in COVID time, but we managed to get there and everything was functional there. And met with Josh White, and he was wonderful. He walked us through everything. We took the factory tour. It was real eye-opener on how they're made, and and we had a much greater understanding of why they wouldn't leak and things like that. And there's an inner and outer hull, so with insulation between, so that you can handle colder weather and any type of situation. So that was a pretty amazing tour, and we took a look at it and thought long and hard, and the next day we decided to buy one. So we started going through
So I got my trailer.
Yeah, so she got her birthday present. And then we were scheduled for a pickup, I think, in like September initially.
For next year.
But we got a call that somebody wasn't able to pick theirs up or something like that, so we'd be able to get it in March. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of great because it kind of worked out with what we were doing timing-wise. And we bought our first pickup ever, mm-hmm. the Ram over there. And drove across the country to go pick it up in March. And Tilly, our dog, was only a puppy, so she has gone across the country many times already now. And we got it, and I'm telling you, we were overwhelmed.
Still are sometimes.
Never had done anything like this, so we needed to understand how things worked, and we didn't understand. We ran the battery down the very first night we had it.
And it was cold, and we didn't know how to turn on the heater.
We didn't know how to turn on the heater. I mean, we were really, really, really rookies. And but we've had it for 2 years now, and we've figured most things out. I'm not really a fix-it guy. There's some people here at the rally that have done amazing things that I'm never going to be able to do. But but we make things work, and I think we understand how to work it a lot better now.
Well, after we picked up our Oliver, we headed south and we came clear across the country to New Mexico and Arizona, and then we headed up to Washington. We just wanted to travel. We're not really heavy-duty campers. We're more like travelers, and so we stay, or some people don't stay at KOAs. We like KOAs because they're dependable and we know what to expect, and they're kind of spaced properly for us. So we use it more for traveling instead of going into hotels and everything. But I mean, you know, we love this out here too at the lake, and so it's so I think this will be it's 5th trip across the United States here when we head home to Washington. So we use it more for that than anything else. But you know, we're gonna go to the meeting for Alaska, see if maybe we can drive to Alaska. So that'd be fun too.
Well, we've got our national park pass, so we can always hit a national park wherever we go. We look for things. She's a quilter, so we're always looking for, the quilt shop in town. I've gone to, one thing that's nice about having the trailer is that if one of us wants to do something and the other's not so interested, and we have this dog to take care of, that I go. So I've gone to the NFL Hall of Fame, and she hung in the trailer. And then, we also went to the Field of Dreams, and we've done a lot of things that I think we just never would have thought we would have done. And we've seen our 2-year-old dog has been in 46 states now. I think wanting to see the country is probably our biggest thing. So that kind of fits in more with the traveling than what we're doing. But wherever we go, we're looking for an opportunity. We've really enjoyed the Harvest Hosts, and getting to see what they do, and you buy a few of their goodies, and it's otherwise free. So it's it's a nice way to go. But we always make sure we go to a KOA afterwards so we can power up and water up and all that good stuff.
But that was one of the other things. That was one of the ways that I got him to think that the trailer was a good idea, is because he likes to play bridge. And so he likes to do tournaments, but it was during COVID, and so he wasn't able to do tournaments. So we're hoping to maybe be able to use it for that a little bit more, as, he'll go play, 4 or 5 days worth of cards, and I'll go, wandering around whatever area we're at. So.
Yeah, and it's really good for that, again, because she's got the trailer, she can take care of the dog while I'm doing that. I also play seniors softball, and I'll be in a traveling league, and that'll be really nice to take the trailer. You might drive from where we are in South Carolina to Nashville or Jacksonville, so it's a little ways, and it's nice to just take the trailer and set up camp. And well, I think, as we've gotten out, we've seen all kinds of things. And even though she did research, but we didn't know that much beforehand. And we've just gotten more and more convinced that we have exactly the right thing for us. But I think the first potential objection is that it's small for a lot of people's thinking. And, we love to show people that, it works just fine for us. There's 2 of us, there's a, 40-pound dog, and we just do fine. There's no problem. We don't need more space. Whenever we're traveling, we're out anyway, outside, so we're not hanging around. But if we want to hang around, it's comfortable. It's got, the air conditioning, the heater, whatever you need. So, we wouldn't want anything bigger. And it's nice and easy to pull, and we don't need a big, huge truck. So, we're totally sold, and we tell people that. They laugh at us sometimes because they think, how in the world can you survive?
We spent 2 months in Arizona at a really nice RV park last winter, and people would come by and they go, "You guys are still alive? You haven't killed each other in that thing yet?" And we're like, "No, it's great." And then they would see inside and they're like, "Oh." They would have something humongous thing with bump outs all over the place and everything. It's like, no, we don't need that.
And then if you looked around the park, if we didn't know where our Oliver was, we wouldn't be able to find it because these big monster RVs are parked all around and you can't even see the little guy. But, Yeah, we totally love it. No matter what, especially for first-time buyers, the learning about it is going to come at you with a fire hose, and there's nothing you can do about that, I don't think. But, hang in there and learn. She gets on the website, the Facebook and page. We started talking to people that have had Olivers for a while, and whenever we had problems, we could coordinate with them, or certainly we could call Oliver, the office.
And the service department's been great, very responsive.
So that's just going to happen, and you got to hang in there with that, and then just start learning.
Yeah, in fact, the Facebook page, the first night when we were freezing and couldn't figure out why we were so cold, I got on the Facebook page and said, what's going on here? And one of the gals that I had been on with and talked to before, she said, is the gas on? And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how much rookies
so
we
we
were.
got out and turned the propane on, and man, we were toasty within minutes, so it was good. So